and people, welcome to United View. Welcome to the preview show. Manchester United against Chelsea on Sunday afternoon. It's going to be a big game at the Bridge. I had to bring in someone big. Lewis from Chelsea Fan TV. We saying?
I'm good, man. Great to be here and excited for the game on Sunday as well.
I bet you're good, mate. I bet you're good, aren't you? Yeah.
You should be a bit happy as well. He's finally gone. You guys are one step closer to being where you guys want to be. Well, say one step, but depends on Carrick and everything like that too.
It's a mess right now, as you can imagine. Obviously, Carrick's still there and the coaching staff are still there. Man United rolling out 2-0 winners against Villarreal midweek. You lot absolutely destroying Juventus like any team. Destroyed Chelsea, Leicester the game before that.
Apparently, you're a boring side.
Honestly,
Burnley ball, defensive football, 7 at the back, everything like that. Apparently.
It's all myths. I think anyone who knows their football, we can all do the trolling from the fans' point of view, the Twitter, the back and forth. When it comes to real football, I don't think anyone can argue about the football that Chelsea are playing right now. I'm more about perspectives here on United View. Before we get into the game, just how good are Chelsea playing right now and how good is Tuchel? Talk me through, because you see it week in, week out, 90 minutes, not just me watching Match of the Day or maybe might watch one game or whatever. You see it every game. How good is he and how good are Chelsea right now?
I think when you compare it to Manchester United and you look at your squad as well, I think it's a perfect example of how a manager is the complete difference between what makes a good team and what makes a great team. Because you saw what Chelsea was like before Frank Lampard
with them same players.
A lot of those players were not playing at near the same level that they're playing at right now. And Thomas Tuchel has reinvigorated and got the best out of so many players. You're looking at Rudiger, Christensen, Jorginho, Kovacic. Even going forward, the likes of Hakim Ziyech are starting to improve. Callum Hudson-Odoi is starting to get more of a tune. Christian Pulisic's been balling out. Trevor Chalobah, out of nowhere. He was on loan. And this guy's come in and he's fit in seamlessly. I don't recognise the difference between a young, inexperienced Trevor Chalobah and the rest of the other defenders. And that's Thomas Tuchel for you. He's got the best out of this squad. And they're all firing on all cylinders. Reece James and Ben Chilwell, it's such a shame with the injury that Ben Chilwell's pulled up.
It looks quite a bad one as well, isn't it? Is it?
Right now, he's out for the year, guaranteed.
Yeah.
If it's a full ACL tear, then he's out for the rest of the season.
That is a shame.
He's in the form of his life,
He's playing really well. And it started off really under Tuchel on the other way around with Alonso playing. And it was like, Ben Chilwell still can't really get a look, and then he came in and scored a couple of goals, and then that was it. Never looked back.
Yeah,
he's been phenomenal.
The one thing that Alonso had over him was that he got more goals, and when Ben Chilwell came into the lineup, he started scoring 3 in his next 3 games. He started becoming a lot more potent. We missed his dynamism anyway because that's something Alonso just didn't have. And now coming into the Christmas period, I feel like a hole's finally just started to open up in our squad a little bit.
Yeah.
But even with that in mind, I'm confident that Tuchel and the rest of the squad can accommodate for it.
Yeah.
We'll have Rudiger on the right-hand side, who should be able to accommodate for his lack of pace. Alonso will still be able to offer stuff going forward. He will get caught out, but I do think defenders have a habit of getting caught out anyway. But the fact we play
especially ones who play like that, yeah.
Yeah, but the fact we play 5 at the back, it makes it so easy to make up for those mistakes. But as a team, been firing on all cylinders defensively, offensively. Even if we've had small problems like the fact we brought in Lukaku a bit too late and he hasn't really fit in tactically with the rest of the squad yet, we still have goal scorers all over the pitch. Reece James is firing goals and assists for fun right now. He's looking like our best player. We already said Ben Chilwell. Mason Mount's popped up with a hat-trick out of nowhere. Kai Havertz, Ziyech, Hudson-Odoi. There's goals all over the pitch. And midfield is just controlling everybody. You're looking at the likes of Juventus, Leicester City, Spurs. When we had issues in that sort of game, we put another
half-time game over, yeah.
And then that's the thing with Thomas Tuchel. He's already got the best out of all the players in the squad, but that's not even his best asset for us. For me, it's his game management. And we've had so many stubborn managers. We've had like Sarri, Conte, Lampard, who are still great managers. Mourinho as well. They're all great managers in their own right, but they're all stubborn. They stick to their tactics, and if it's not working, they don't make changes until about 75, 80 minutes in. Thomas Tuchel doesn't do that. If he sees a problem, he's sorting out at half-time, and Chelsea's coming out.
He doesn't wait, does he? He doesn't wait. I think that was why I wanted to start. I know this is a preview, and I'm going to talk about Man United, and we're going to talk about the game, but I just thought it was important to start with trying to get an insight, an accurate, detailed insight. And I know you don't need to be the most in-depth, knowledgeable football fan to understand that Thomas Tuchel has done a great job at Chelsea. But I just wanted to understand the real mechanics of why he's that good, what it is he does. And it's interesting you saying that his actual best attribute is actually the game management. It's not so much just setting out the team tactically and playing the back five and the rotations and this, that and the other and in possession. It's actually, I need to tweak this and I need to tweak it now. Actually, this isn't working and it's not working now.
That's it. People have called us like a second half team and everything. And it's kind of a fair analysis, but I also don't think it's a criticism of the squad. It just shows how good Thomas Tuchel is at identifying mistakes and rectifying it. Like, there's so many games that we've had where it's been won based off Thomas Tuchel. Like Tottenham away, for example, where we couldn't really break down their midfield. Put N'Golo Kante in, battered them 3-0 in the second half. Aston Villa, for example, as well. We had a problem with Saul, and then we started turning it around the second half of that game too. Yeah, he hasn't even been able to get in the team because Tuchel's gone and got the best out of Loftus-Cheek and even Ross Barkley, a player who I've kind of thought was done at Chelsea. And now he's shown he still has an impact off the bench for us. You bring him on the last 20 minutes, he has an impact for us. Malmo away is another example. We weren't breaking them down. He switches Ziyech and Hudson-Odoi, and they both link up for the goal. Third goal against Leicester City, Ziyech and Pulisic, both his substitutions. There's probably even a few more games that haven't come off the top of my head. But it's just an example. Thomas Tuchel's substitutions are a danger in themselves. And it's just yet another example of what he is for us. And he's just been perfect from the start, where he said that he wasn't necessarily going to take the Chelsea job because he didn't think he'd get given a lot of time. But then he kind of realised the opportunity that the Chelsea job was, and he thought, okay, this is the situation.
But he bought the time so quickly. He bought the time straight away by being successful. And you could see what he was doing in the lead up to that Champions League final, getting past, what was it, Real Madrid, the way he did it.
But that's another thing with him. Like, the amount of coaches that he's faced and the amount of brilliant teams that he's played in, he's made them look average. Juventus, for example, they're a good side. I don't even care about their Serie A form. That's fine and everything. Teams have dips. That's a good side, and we battered them 4-0. Atletico Madrid, they were top of the league at one point, and he beat Simeone home and away, and he made it look easy in the second.
The Real Madrid game, I mean, you should have, that first half, when it was in their training ground, wherever it was, you had chances galore. Remember, Aspilicueta fisting the ball across the. It should have been like, it was Pulisic missed a couple, I think.
Second leg, we should have won 6-0.
Exactly.
And that's yet another. And they were unbeaten in 19 games before they faced us, by the way. And then you've got Manchester City just coming off at being champions of England, and we beat them 3 times on the bounce. Jurgen Klopp's been beaten by him. Mourinho's been beaten by him. The list of managers that have fallen to Thomas Tuchel is just ridiculous.
Just not Ole though.
Yeah, I can't lie. That's the most annoying part.
Which brings us into this game, because so we've got the insight from your side of it. We know as United fans, you guys know at home how good Chelsea are. We are dreading this game, but our form against you has been very good under Ole, who actually isn't here anymore. But technically,
unbeaten against us in the league, it's ridiculous.
You know, and until we got an absolute mauling off City the other day when Ole was there, he's unbeaten against Pep as well. But Ole's kind of still here in spirit because Carrick is living on the Ole regime.
That was the thing to me, because like, what's really changed then? Because all the coaching staff's still
It's the same. The answer to that, Lewis, is nothing. But it's not Carrick's fault. For me personally, I'm saying, look, I'm not judging. What can he do? He's in a bad position. He's been thrown out there to try and just get us through, and he's going to try and do the best he can do. But on this game, the way I look at it is, you know, Reece James, Ben Chilwell was likely to be Alonso now. Them wing backs, you know, they keep people penned in. You recycle the ball so well. You use the ball so well. So that already gives us you know, if we're going to play Jadon Sancho on the right, let's say, and he's going to come up against Alonso, he's going to be high up, and say we play, I mean, it was Martial on the left, but it'll probably be Rashford back for this game. Reece James is going to have a lot of say of how much Rashford can do it. And don't get me wrong, on the flip side of that, if we can get our tactics right, we can give Reece James something to think about as well. But, you know, you dictate in midfield. I just see a really, really difficult game for us. But the only kind of thing positive that I've got is, yes, the record, and 2, the players that we've got at any game, if they get it right or decide to turn up and put in a shift and actually play to something that resembles a Man United team without the coaching, can maybe get us something. Ronaldo brilliance, little individual brilliance, FC, as we've been. But the coaching under Carrick and stuff, I can't expect to see anything different. And I'm so worried for this game because of how you set up. Are you, as a Chelsea fan, although you're very, very confident right now, which you should be, is there anything that worries you about this game?
Like you said, individual brilliance, because that's exactly what Manchester United are capable of. Ronaldo's been digging you guys out of holes the entire season.
Proper.
So I wouldn't be surprised.
But some pundits say he's the issue. He's the problem.
I think there's a problem with his lack of pressing, but that's not really a big problem.
He's never done it in his whole career.
His first spell, you guys had the likes of Park, Tevez, Rooney, they accommodate for that. And I think for you guys, it's just finding the players to accommodate for that.
But I mean, even in like Real Madrid, wherever he's gone, Ronaldo's never running around like a blue outside pressing. Yeah, the other players have to, that's the job of the manager to say, listen, we've got Ronaldo, he's going to give us goals, so actually, this is how you lot need to play.
And that's the blueprint to playing with Ronaldo. Just feed him chances.
That's what Thomas Tuchel would do if he had him. He wouldn't say, Ronaldo, you need to run around. He would, like you said, find a way.
Even with like, Lukaku's kind of similar.
Yeah, exactly. He's not going to run around pressing like a madman.
And now we're accommodating for that too. And that was low-key one of our only struggles at the start of the season too, because we were used to Timo Werner, who just presses like an animal for 90 minutes. And then we had Lukaku, who doesn't. And it's nothing against him. He's just not that sort of player. So you have to accommodate. But that doesn't make Ronaldo the problem for you guys. Like, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. You play with him and you make him work. He is going to drag you through games. People are saying Ronaldo could single-handedly drag you through the Champions League. And it's because he's capable of doing that. So if there's any way that you guys beat us, it's either individual brilliance, Cristiano Ronaldo, or that egghead Anthony Taylor.
I've seen a few Chelsea fans getting, Anthony Taylor and look, the Premier League referees at the best of the time, you could pick out a bunch that are that thing. What? Just really quickly before we keep it moving, what is it? What is he just got it in for Chelsea? Always Anthony Taylor.
He must have of the amount of games.
What was it in the final? Or was it against Arsenal in the FA?
Which final? He's the only referee to manage 2 FA Cup finals, and he got both of them wrong. 2017 FA Cup final, Alexis Sanchez handball, Aaron Ramsey offside in the build-up. The linesman called
I can hear it in his voice. I can hear the pain in his voice.
The 2020 Cup final just gave yellow cards every single 50-50 between Chelsea and Arsenal, and Kovacic shouldn't have been sent off. The 2-0 win that you guys had at our ground.
When Harry Maguire.
He hit him with the Ric Flair
he fell over into the thing, man, and Michy Batshuayi was too close.
Yeah.
Falling over, your leg goes up, innit?
Yeah, that's the reasoning.
Your leg goes up, bro.
How about Tottenham away that same season where Gazaniga basically Superman punched Marcus Alonso?
He knocked him out.
And he called a foul against Alonso and tried to book him.
Okay.
Thank God VAR
but Lewis,
for that one.
Surely though, because Thomas Tuchel is this good and Chelsea this good, it shouldn't come down to the referee. If you lot do what you're supposed to do.
It shouldn't do. But it all depends on how the game goes.
How do you think this game is going to go then? Let's get into the crops of this game. Midfield, who do you think will be your starting 11 and how do you think the game will go?
See, here's the thing, because I think United as a team, because I feel like when you have these sorts of sides that you have good results against, you do feel confident when you go into those matches. And I think the same way for us, like, we haven't beat you guys in the league since 2017.
It's crazy.
I didn't even notice that until a few days ago when I saw the stat pop up. So we're going to go into this game with the idea of we have to end this, but that's also going to be in the back of our heads too. You guys, though, like, it all really depends on how Carrick sets up, and I'm not really sure what to expect from him.
I was just about to say that, yeah. I don't know if Carrick will do like what Oli would probably have done, which is say, okay, well, you know what, we're not in a great moment, let's go to a 5. Let's go to a 5. Let's put 3 in midfield. Let's go 2 up front. Let's say Ronaldo and Rashford. Then go Bruno, McTominay and Fred. He might do.
But that's
and then
the
play
thing,
back
like,
5.
I'm not too sure about United.
I have no idea. If he goes 4-2-3-1, which is what we've been playing under Oli, which again is technically under Carrick, we've been open as hell. Open as hell. Waited to play through. Players not being intense enough. And even if it's anything to go off against Villarreal, we just sat off them. We let them stroke the ball around with ease. And my thing with that is I don't mind not going toe-to-toe with a team because you're saying they're better than you. Not that it was Villarreal. I mean, in the case of this game, by saying they're in a better moment than you, they've got a better manager than us. They're playing better than us right now. So let's not give away anything silly. But you still have to be aggressive in that shape. You still have to try and, make the Chelsea players think twice before maybe making a pass or putting a bit of pressure on as a unit. If we allow you to just stroke it around with ease and keep recycling the ball, getting on the turn, running at us, I really, really fear for it. It's got to be something in between. It's either got to be a clear game plan to be aggressive in the shape and counter you, and get players like Rashford, like Jadon Sancho gone, and do that, which is what that was what our joy has been against you in recent years, then maybe. But I have no idea what to expect, and I think that is a difficult thing.
I think your best result against us would be if it's a similar game to like the Burnley game where you guys sit off and because we have a habit of creating a lot of chances, but we also aren't really that clinical.
Yeah.
So if we're wasteful against you guys, the same way we have been numerous times, not this season, but like it has shown up a few times, but more like the last few seasons. And not having Lukaku means that there is the possibility of that because there's not really an outright goal scorer for us. There's just someone usually pops up with a goal, but no one's really taking the responsibility for that. So if we're wasteful, there's an opportunity for you guys to steal something. If we're hungry and we want it and we take our chances, a long day for you.
And you know what? I can't argue. If you turn up, you get it right, and if we played like we played against Villarreal in the first 65, 70 minutes, the game would be done. The game would be over. You'll chance us. So we've got to give a good account of ourselves. Score prediction. Come on, let's have it.
I'm going to say 2-0. 2-0. Only because like the typical thing with Chelsea is whenever we score, that's it. Teams don't really break us down. Yeah. So another thing for you guys, your best bet is if you stop us scoring.
Yeah, 100%.
If you stop us scoring, then anything could happen really. We get that first goal, I don't think you guys are breaking us down. The only thing that would possibly change that is Ronaldo. This guy's got a love affair with the 90th minute, so God knows what will happen with him. But
or a header
I've got to be confident with Chelsea, especially if you guys' form this season and our form this season. We have to end this duck now. The only jarring thing is that Oli got sacked a week before we could have given him his first L with us. But if we can break this Man United streak against us, I'll be happy enough.
Yeah, okay. You're going with a 2-0. I see why. You've got every reason to be that comfortable and that confident. I am dreading it. You know me, and you guys know me, I never like to predict we're going to lose. It just doesn't feel right. I can't. So I think it'll be a really difficult afternoon. I think a draw at best. At best. And that will be you needing to be off form. But if we can get the likes of Jadon Sancho on the ball growing in confidence, Bruno, I'm sure will come back in, can feed Ronaldo, put a bit of pressure on you. Like I said, we've got good players. You know, I don't expect Michael Carrick to be the orchestrator of a masterclass performance, because like I said, he's been there with McKenna and Phelan and Ollie. So that would be unfair for me to even expect that from Michael Carrick. So that would raise even Man United's eyebrows if we did put in a performance like that. But just with the individuals alone, if they are organised and difficult to play against, that's all I'm asking for. Just be difficult to play against and have some intensity in our game. We've got enough quality in there to cause problems. So
that's why I don't think it's as cut and dry as a Chelsea win, because your team is good enough, and it's literally just one manager away from being title contenders. I've always said that. But my only thing with why I never saw United as title contenders this season was Oli. Until you get rid of Oli and get a serious manager, and United
and because we still haven't got a serious manager, we haven't got a manager right now.
Exactly,
it's still going to be the same
United
thing
for any game really. Right now, you guys just got to get by game, but that's the thing, there's no consistency with you guys.
Okay, I'm going to go over 1-1. Lewis has gone with a 2-0 Chelsea win. We'll have to see what happens. Roll on. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Is it going to be a horrible day at the office? Are you fearing the worst from this Chelsea side, or do you think, do you know what? Carrick's going to get something out of this team, and he's going to get us something to take away. I'll take a draw now if you put it on that U and V right now. I'll take it and run. But I don't know. I got a bad feeling about this one. Smash a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're not new. Make sure you check out Chelsea Fan TV as well. Hopefully after the game, if we won, you don't see them crying. You know what I mean? And we'll see you all again very soon. Peace.